Kingdom Come Deliverance is a boring game. I understand that this isn't how you, the viewer, expected this video to come out. What originally was meant to be a gameplay video took a turn when I realised that in the almost 2.5 hours I had been playing, roughly 30 minutes of that recording was me actually playing the game. And all that happened was a tutorial stage, which in itself can't really be considered much of a tutorial. You are given one of a few quests which involve you to take part in the basics of sword fighting, but even then it doesn't cover all the bases that need to be covered. You're taught how to swing your sword and how to do a stab move, which uses less stamina, but as a result is much weaker. You then learn how to chain these attacks together. One key fundamental that is missing here is the ability to parry or block, which I found out the hard way. Oh, okay, I saved her. How do I get the weapon out? Okay, how do I get my sword out? Okay, cool. Fantastic. Right. Okay. Right. Oh my god. Fuck this. Oh my god. What the fuck is going on? Where did you come from? Fuck this. Oh my fucking god! I do understand that it is slightly unfair to review a game when it hasn't been completed, but I do intend to continue to play this game, and if there is actual gameplay, I might even make a video on it. Visually, the game's environments look absolutely stunning. The same, however, can't really be said for the characters, nor can it be said for their animations. What the fuck happened there? As you can see, the lip syncing in this game is below average. The controls themselves feel a little sluggish, particularly the combat. When attacking with your fists or with your sword, I found that the time delay between pressing the attack button and the protagonist, Henry, doing the attack itself was not only immersion breaking, but it also caused the combat to be sluggish and not fun. But now, onto the story. The story itself, albeit cliche, is alright. You play as Henry, the rebellious son of the town blacksmith whose family is murdered in cold blood by Marquard von Aulitz, who is acting upon orders of Sigismund of Luxembourg, who has usurped the throne from his brother. Henry, while seeking justice for the murder of his family, joins a resistance movement in which the goal is return the throne to the rightful ruler. Again, it's a cliche, but it's solid. The major gripe I have is the fact that there are loading screens for every single fucking thing. Waiting or sleeping so time passes, loading screen. Talking to an NPC, a loading screen. Exiting a conversation with an NPC, a loading screen. A loading screen, followed by another fucking loading screen. It's fucking ridiculous, and it's the one main issue I have with the game. And upon looking at forums and reviews, this is quite common. The final gripe I have with Kingdom Come Deliverance is the fact that, as I mentioned before, I spent 2.5 hours recording, and only 30 minutes of that was actually me playing the game. The rest was just cutscene, after cutscene, after cutscene. But there are many games that do that. Immediately, Metal Gear Solid comes to mind, which is one of my favourite game series ever made. The only difference is, however, that Metal Gear Solid actually has gameplay in between its movie-length cutscenes, whereas Kingdom Come Deliverance has you enter a cutscene for 20 minutes, walk down a road for 3 minutes, talk to an NPC in an RPG branch-style conversation just for another fucking cutscene. If any game developer is watching this review, please note that video games are not movies. Here's looking at you, David Cage. In conclusion, I'm not necessarily saying that Kingdom Come Deliverance is a bad game. It's just a game that steps a little bit too far outside of its comfort zone and features so many game mechanics that it feels very confusing, and this isn't aided at all by its poor facial animation and sluggish controls, which overall leads to a boring experience with too much downtime. If your game has amounts of downtime where you're not doing anything, it isn't fun. On the shitometer, I rate this game as a squashed log. It's not liquid shit that explodes in the toilet bowl and leaves a mess everywhere, but it's definitely not solid enough to stand up on its own. 4.5 out of 10.